Well, hello. It's after 9, it's a bit late. I'm in Bamford, middle of the Peak District. What a glorious area this is. I've had a wicked day today. That's another story. I hope you've seen that video previous to this one. I'm now heading up for a wild camp quite nearby to Bamford. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. What a wonderful evening. Just a short one, this one, just to provide some accommodation for an overnight. I've got my Rab Ridge Raver bivvy bag, and the question would be, why have I got that tonight? Well, let's talk about that later when I'm in my tent, in my bivvy bag. I've probably got 45 minutes, maybe an hour to get to the top of where I'm planning on camping this evening. It's a wild camp, a little bit lower than usual. I don't have much time before it goes dark. Well, you can see it's already going rather dusk-like. It's well gone 9 o'clock now, so I don't have long. But that's okay. I was here last year. So what I'll probably do is track on, set up and catch you in a wee while inside my in my bivvy. Well, it must be well gone 10:30, almost 11 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. I've had food, I've had a couple of drinks earlier on today. That's another whole story if you've seen that video already. I'm just back from a beer festival, so what a day that's been. Glorious panorama of little twinkly lights. But I'm in my Rab Ridge Raver bivvy, so there's not a lot of space. I'm all set up. I think I'm going to be comfortable, but I'm just going to get my head down, and I might manage to talk to you in the bivvy briefly. But otherwise, I'll catch you in the morning. Well, my goodness, it's very difficult filming inside a bivvy bag. I am scrunched down to get myself a little bit of headroom. Remarkably, though, the Rab Ridge Raver bivvy that I'm in has got quite a lot of space. So, relatively, obviously, relatively. So, it's got probably 300-400 millimeters, sort of a foot ahead of where I am at the moment, so I can put my phone in front of me here. What I've done is, and I've never done this before actually, I've zipped up what is the kind of fly sheet to the entrance. So I've been able to look out. Clearly, it's not easy to show you just like this. I can look out and see Castleton and the Hope Valley bits and Bamford just below me here, just with the twinkly lights. The factory lights are still on. I would imagine they'll turn them off just after 11 o'clock, which I think is what they usually do. So I'm not going to say it's comfortable in here, because it's not comfortable. I left my boots out, my rucksack is out, but I've got most of my other stuff in here, and I've done some admin. I've got things on charge. I haven't had a hot chocolate. I've done nothing actually, which is a bit sad really. But I've had lots of snacks. I've had some snacks, lots of beer and stuff. So I don't know. It's late enough. I think I will just get my head down. I might watch some YouTube or something. The reception here is good. I've got an alarm set for 6:30 in the morning. I've got another day tomorrow, another adventure to enjoy. So I think what I'll do is just wish you well, say good night, and catch you in the morning. Night. Well, good morning. What a wonderful view I have. An absolutely perfect position to overlook this end of the Hope Valley. The little radio mast kind of gets in the way a little bit. I can see all the way the quarry with the chimney thing. In fact, the chimney thing is going now. It is early. It's only just after 6:30. And all the way around to the reservoir and the little railway line. The railway line. It looks little from here. Duh, Warren. Meandering about, and I just sort of dozed and watched a couple of trains go by. You can see a signal and various. It's lovely. I slept really, really well. Bearing in mind I'm in a little kind of bunker. I haven't moved. I haven't yet got out, and I do need to. I think what I'm going to do is just pack up, pack up, and then get a trencher on for making coffee and porridge. I might even wander down and there's a lower down little sitting space as well. I might just do that further down, or after I've packed up I might just go get back to the car because Castleton is nearby. I might just have a morning coffee and snack in Castleton. I'll work that out as I go. It's a bit early to get to Castleton because nothing's going to be open yet, of course, but I've got to get back to the car anyway. And on my way down I'll talk to you about my experience of using a hooped bivvy, and why I think it's excellent and why I think it's rubbish. Both, of course. But I do need to get up. So, come on, Warren, shake a leg. Oh, I can't shake a leg, can I? There's no space. Okay, wriggle the bottom then. Out, haven't stood up yet. Probably just as well the grass is dry. Oh, while I'm out. Oh, nice that the grass is dry. Haven't put my boots on. Oh, beautiful view. Stunning. Packed up, leaving no trace obviously, apart from a bit of flat grass. No crumbs even, I don't think. Well, I have had some shortbread biscuits, so possibly some crumbs, but that's all. Nice spot. Okay, so I'm just going to get down to the pathway. Last night I just hiked it straight up, but let's see if I can find an easier going path. And then let's think about the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the goods and the bads of bivvy camping, bivvy tenting, whatever. Just back down on this farm's track or access route. There's a lot of cyclists coming through. Morning. Morning. They've got interesting bikes. They're kind of off-road bikes with drop handlebars. Okay, I don't know much about cycling, but most bikes either have drops and they're road bikes, or cross ordinary handlebars, straight handlebars for off-road. I suppose these are combination. I don't know. I've got a combination bike, but I've got flat handlebars. I don't know. Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. My goodness. Oh, there's a mixture actually. It's mostly cyclists, but there are some joggers, whatever, trail runners as well. The cyclists are doing 200 kilometres. Heaven only knows on what sort of terrain. Mostly this, I suppose. Bivvy bags. Love them, hate them. Where am I on that line? Don't know really. Like, don't love, don't hate. Well, don't hate because I do use bivvy bags. So what's my experience of bivvying? First bivvy bag I bought, I got two standard dead man's bag almost 25 years ago. And for 10 years, probably, that's pretty well all I used when I was trekking about, wild camping around and about, Brecon Beacons, Peak District, lakes. Morning. Around and about. I had other tents. I did have tents, but they weren't really suitable for pitching on top of mountains or trekking about. It's like heavy tents. So that's when I bought my first bivvy. I used it pretty well all the time. Didn't do as many trips camping as I kind of do now. Retired now. Then still working. I'd get out 3-4 times a year for usually 2 or 3 nights. So the number of uses of bivvying in those days, extensive. Gore-Tex bivvy bag, no space, not much larger really than a sleeping bag. Pretty well all year round. Morning. Pretty well all year round. Not so much the kind of deep winter. About 3 or 4 years ago, I bought Ridge Raider, the bivvy that I've just used last night. Just fancied kind of upgrading the idea of bivvying. It's bigger overall, and it's certainly got some height to it with the hoop. Gives you a little bit of height above your face, because otherwise the dead man's bag is literally like this if you lie on your back. So I thought I'd try that. I've only used it probably half a dozen times maybe. That's probably all. Morning. Oh, I've got some walkers now, hikers on some sort of tour. I don't know what they're doing. Not the 200k, presumably.
Enjoy.
Checkpoint there for the walkers. They're a mixed bunch of walkers. They've started Hathersage doing 20 miles, and that's one particular route, and that's a checkpoint, all electronically tagged. Very good. mix of kind of wear attire. Obviously a few people have got hats and special kind of flowery or wacky kind of tops. A few people have got wacky trousers as well. Well, it's good. Presumably fundraising, managing to raise money for charity perhaps. Yeah, where was I? About chit chat about bivvy. So yeah, I think I'm experienced in using a bivvy bag of various types. Let's think about the negatives. What's really not good about camping out in a bivvy? They're small, obviously. You can't sit up, you can barely kind of wriggle around at all. A bit more space in the Rab Ridge Raider, of course. So they can be quite claustrophobic. If you're not comfortable being in a sleeping bag, for example, you're not going to like a bivvy. Some people prefer quilts because they're just like, you know, a bit more flexibility and ease of moving rather than getting wrapped up. If you're one of these people, bivvying is not for you. However, interesting point, some bivvies twist, shiggle around a lot because they don't have any fixing down points. The Rab Ridge Raider has got corner fixing pegs down and some lines, so actually it doesn't wrap around you like a sleeping bag does. My old bivvy bag did tend to. If I wasn't careful, it would just get all twisted up. So other downsides: once you're in, you're in. You can't do anything. You can just about reach on your tummy and you know, kind of sort things out. My old bivvy bag had virtually no head space at all. It was long enough for me plus 100mm. That was it. Top was pretty well on my head. The Rab Ridge Raider has quite a bit of sort of head space, so I could bring in things like my phone and charging, and I could, you know, fiddle around with those bits to a certain extent with everything zipped up. So absolutely no space. Once you're in, you're in. There's not enough space for bringing all your stuff in. Absolutely no way. So boots and rucksack all has to stay outside. I usually put my boots under the head end. It just helps lift up that end a little bit. Obviously a bit bumpy, but I could just put a few things on top, and then a pillow just raises up that bit and it protects the boots if it's going to be rainy in the night time. Bad weather, you messed. Unless you've got a tarp over the top, getting in, getting out, you're completely exposed. Of course, there's no protection, so wriggling, shiggling to get into your sleeping bag and back out again like I did this morning, no, you get wet. There are ways of sort of mitigating that a little bit. I have in the past even slept with my waterproofs on, just because everything gets wet anyway, so, or whatever, it's grim. So wet, inclement weather, no, rubbish, you get wet. So all sorts of downsides. What's good about bivvying? There are real benefits. You do feel more out, just in an outside space. Not really inclined to just tarp on the top of a mountain or hill. Last night I wouldn't have just slept with a tarp. I wouldn't have felt comfortable, and I quite like being cocooned in some sort of shelter. And it's too windy. I mean, it's quite windy last night. The bivvy was ideal for that. However, I slept with the hoop open. I tried a few different options. It was just nice to experiment a bit. There's a net version of fly screen, and then obviously the full zip up if you need it, bad weather. But last night I slept all night with everything open. The wind was just going across the top. I pitched it so that the feet were into the wind, and I was able just to look out and see the lovely views down in the valley. Just wherever I kind of woke up, looked out, oh yeah, that's where I am, great views. You can't do that in a tent, really. I suppose, yes, you can leave the sides up, yeah, sure. But generally,
it's not good to leave the tent sides up necessarily if it's windy. You reduce the integrity of the strength of the tent, perhaps, and things flap about rather more. So you get a great kind of outdoorness factor by being in a bivvy. You really are out in the wild rather than being cocooned in a tent. Quick to deploy, really. Whop it out. That's the phrase. Whop it out, roll it out, peg, peg, peg. The hoop takes a few moments to pop in. And there's a line down the toe end to kind of hold the toe end pole up. There's a short 200mm pole, maybe 300mm pole at the toe end. And then the lines to keep the hoop sort of up. Takes 3 minutes, whatever. If you have to faff about, that adds a bit of time, of course, to get the pitch right. Wasn't quite right last night. I should have just repitched it slightly on a different angle because I was slightly on a hump actually, but it was fine. Slept well. So quick to pitch and quick to put away. Less to carry. I don't know what the weigh-in weight is. I'll put the weight on screen of my old bivvy bag, just on screen, and I'll then put the weight of my Rab Ridge Raider, or packed with pegs and bits, on screen as well. How does that compare to tents? Well, you can get some damn lightweight tents these days. Just a kilogram, just over, single pole tents. I've got one. Very, very good. And of course you've got the extra space there as well, but they take a bit longer to pack up and set up. And you don't get that kind of out in the wild kind of factor that you do with a bivvy. So, yes, I'm experienced in bivvying. So they're my thoughts. Some good things and some bad things. I don't use it very much. When's my next planned bivvy? It's not. I got one more night out in this lovely Peak District area. Couple of options. Got to check the weather. The weather's not quite as good as it has been the last few days. I will be in my Acto wherever I roam. I hope you've enjoyed following along with my nattering and this little adventure up on top of the little hill there. If you have any comments about your experience, your thoughts, likes, dislikes, comment in the little box below, please. That would be great, and I'll get back to you, of course. Until the next time, from here in the lovely Peak District, thanks for watching and bye for now.